I suck at programming. A lot. I suck so much that it's made me hate programming, and I never want to look at code ever again. Here's a plot twist. I'm in my last semester of college, where I'm learning programming. And you're probably thinking, if you hate programming, why the hell are you paying to learn it? Because I didn't always hate it. I chose it because making a computer do a thing by typing nonsense words was kind of fun, and I knew working with computers and knowing how to code things could equal a well-paying job, and I love money, so off I went. I applied to 5 colleges, as many Ontario high school graduates do. Or did. I don't know, it's been 4 years. I got accepted to all of them, but chose the one in my town because they had a high post-graduation employment rate, and staying in town means less expense. And less expense means I get to keep my money where I like it. In a cave with the rest of my horde. First year went great. Really. I got a scholarship, which pretty much covered my whole first semester. I got to live in the dorms and be independent. I even made the dean's list for having a high GPA. I liked most of my classes, and it felt good to be good at something for once. I was getting A's in HTML, C++, and SQL. The only one I had problems with was C#. That should clue you in on how this was going to go. Year 2 was fucking terrible. I failed the databases class. Fucking databases after I'd kicked ass in last year's SQL class. Object-oriented C++ destroyed me, and even though I did great in HTML, web development ate me alive. I'd been told ahead of time that year 2 was tough, but this felt like the educational equivalent of Dark Souls. I was struggling. For the 4th semester, I reduced my course load and accepted that I'd have to take an extra year to finish if I ever wanted to graduate. There was too much money already spent to drop out. I haven't failed a class since, but things haven't been great. You know COBOL? It's a programming language that's a lot like English. It's nearly 60 years old and is sort of the senile grandmother of programming languages. It's still used by many businesses and governments today. They still use it because changing everything to something more modern would be too expensive. The course I'm in is one of the few that still teaches COBOL, and JCL, they kind of go hand in hand. That's why the post-grad employment rate is so high. Because the Canadian government still uses COBOL and needs employees who know it. Only problem is, COBOL is a beast to learn. It's verbose and not very well designed, but what did you expect? It was made back when computers took up a whole room, and nobody knew what would become of these electric rocks that may as well be magic. I did okay with basic COBOL, but advanced COBOL totally fucked me over, as did JCL, and PHP, and Java, but I refuse to hold myself responsible for Java because the person teaching that class does not teach. And most of the classes are prerequisites for other classes, so if you almost failed Java, have fun almost failing a more advanced class that also involves Java. Hint hint, Android, which I also suck at and is also being taught by the one who does not teach. Also, Android Studio can suck a bag of dicks because it does not function. I feel like I'm losing my mind because no one else in my course seems to be having the same problems I do. We all go to the same classes. By the way, I never skip class, okay? That's not the issue. They seem to have a much easier time learning than I do. Or maybe they're better at teaching themselves than I am. They all have real job prospects and are planning to do something with their lives upon graduating. After I graduate, I never want to hear the word Java again. At this point, I don't even understand what I don't understand. If I can survive the next 3 months and graduate, that'll be fine. But honestly, I'd rather write dinosaur erotica for a living rather than try to work with code. I just want to get my piece of paper, hang it on my wall, and then never think about the past 4 years ever again. No more programming.
Fuck school! Fuck all this bullshit! What the fuck?